Hi, everybody, and welcome. Thank you very much for your time with John and I for 5 minutes. Although, John, I don't know we've ever done 5 minutes. I think we've done 3.5 and 7.5.
Yeah,
We've
that's
never
right.
done five. To set the scene, what I'm going to do is very quickly share the view of the pyramid that we use at Goodfoot to set a direction for the training and involvement that we have with organizations. The coaching arena, John, I guess, we establish a level of well-being in a business. We then develop personal skills, management skills, leadership skills. I don't
Mm.
know where it fits in your point of view. I'm guessing definitely in the leadership arena, right?
Yeah. I would definitely say so. I see a lot of managers who are trying to develop staff using coaching as a model to progress skills and develop performance. So yeah, definitely leadership management, 100%. Yeah.
And I think it's becoming increasingly focused by organizations. We must get the coaching right, and there's lots of initiatives.
That's right.
There's a lot of initiatives that don't really work, if I was quite frank. You see it revisited as a subject, year
Mm.
after year after year. We must improve our coaching. We must
Mm.
improve our coaching. The title of this video is "Why is Coaching Crucial?" And I guess
Yes.
towards the end, more importantly, how do we actually make it work, on a really practical level?
Mm.
Um, so I think we were chatting in our prep, John, and you were saying that part of your recommendation of coaching is the self-awareness arena. So I'm
Mm.
wondering, you could explain that a little, explain my thoughts, and then we'll chat about how to make it work in organizations. So what about self-awareness? What is that? What does that?
Yeah, I think for me, when coaching works best, it is when there's a space created that you can express yourself, and that in that space you've got where your coach is almost like a mirror, reflecting back to you some of the things that you're saying. I think there's something very powerful in that, because sometimes we only have a level of awareness that we're aware of. When
Right.
somebody reflects things back, it can highlight things like our blind spots, things that we're not aware of. And
Right.
for me, the most powerful coaching does that. It does that in a subtle way that allows us, one, to have the freedom to express ourselves, but then also the freedom to see those expressions, in an unbiased way. And I think that when we get that from a coaching session, it can be really powerful, because it's our own words, it's our own experiences that we're tapping into. And for
Right.
me, that's the real power of
Yep.
coaching, is self-reflection and awareness.
That makes a lot of sense. So as a coach, I don't really like the word coach. It's too formal for me. But let's say, as a coach, you're helping and aiding the other individual to open some windows in themselves. It's not just
Definitely.
a skills transfer, right? I'm going to show you how to do this. You're actually enabling the person to see themselves in a different way, which is part of a crucial part of getting better at our jobs, better at our
Mm.
careers, right?
That's
Um,
right. Certainly, in my opinion, yeah.
I said to you, I don't like the word coach very much. I think it's too formal, because I think any good manager, any good leader is naturally coaching every moment. In other words, what they're doing for me is they're passing on their experience.
Mm.
And they're doing another thing as well. They're allowing the other person, as you said, to think about it and maybe to start to process and add in their experience. It's a
Mm.
dialogue where
Mm.
we're talking about how to improve.
Mm.
Sometimes you'll get into this, won't you, into the style. Sometimes it's instructional. Sometimes it's just reflective. It doesn't matter. If you go back to apprentices, working on sites 10, 15, 20, 50 years ago, coaching was happening all the time. This is how you
Yeah.
do this. How do you think you should do that? And I think coaching is critical simply because it's the sharing of experience in an organization. I do think it gets blocked when we call it coaching, actually,
Mm.
instead of conversations.
Yeah.
Conversations to do things better
Mm.
is a label I would prefer on it. But that would be my thought. It's a culture that encourages people to meet and have conversations to improve what they're doing and share
Mm.
experiences. Unless we set time aside for those meets and those conversations,
Mm.
then coaching doesn't happen. If we set time aside, coaching does, and we don't have to call it coaching. There you go. That would be my thought on it.
And it's also, I think, important to understand when somebody needs coaching. You know, well, when do they need mentoring? When do they need coaching? When do they need to be left alone? I think that's also important.
Sure.
That not everybody needs coaching in all areas of their role. In fact, in many areas, they may be self-sufficient. So I think that's the art of coaching, is to understand when you do need those conversations, you do need that help.
Yeah. So to wind up, we were going to talk about how do you make it work in an organization, and you were going to mention something about different styles, because if we can't just say let's make coaching work, because it means different things. You were going to explain this, John.
Yeah, not very well probably, but
it'll be good. It'll be good.
My understanding of where coaching's going is that there's four main styles that I've come across, and I looked into this a little. And they are directive coaching, more of a laissez-faire, relaxed style of coaching, a bit like a self-reflection. Non-directive coaching, which is a little bit more situational based, and then your true situational coaching. So there's four distinct areas. The directive coaching would be like your business coaching. You must do this to get this result. And the situational coaching would be very much like you just described, Mark, on the job. This is a situation, right, guys, how do we deal with it, etc., work through the issue. Where I'm going with this is that I think that for me the future of coaching does tie these areas up into a framework, and I think that the future of coaching will involve some type of regulation, strict organizational control, so that people who are coaches know what they're doing, they have a framework they can work from, but also businesses or people working with the coach knows that, look, if this is this particular style of coach, this is what they're going to be bringing to the table.
Yeah. And that's the formal side, which, I concur with that. My preference, this is a very personal thing, is to try and get coaching working rather than train a lot of coaches. I completely accept your point. That's the way it's going. My point will be to try and push for conversations. And to target staff with conversations with each other, and just say, we'd like you to talk about this subject X together, go and talk about it and come back with what you've found. One-on-one, you could do it on Teams, face-to-face, but you're actually actively encouraging conversations about business issues, not just a meeting about an issue, but ongoing conversations one-on-one. And we'll find then that coaching is naturally starting to happen, I think. And it is this willingness to share experience rather than just firefight. I think that's the difference in mentality to me. We're going to talk about our experiences without firefighting today's problems. And that's where coaching then begins to emerge, I think. Well, thanks, John. Thanks, everybody, for watching this. Gosh, I don't know how many minutes with John and Mark, and
over 5.
Over 5. And we do look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you so much.